Good afternoon, dear students. Welcome to Maths Bridge course. So, we have started off with trigonometry. You have already learnt very important concepts pertaining to trigonometry. So, when it comes to your 10th standard mathematics, we are having trigonometry as one of the chapters, that is introduction to trigonometry, and application of trigonometry we have, that is heights and distance. So, using the basics of trigonometry from 10th standard, how we were able to connect the dots, that is how we were able to map it with the syllabus of 11th and 12th standard, and you saw how we were able to solve the questions of JEE mains and also EAP set exam, that is state entrance of Telangana and AP. Okay, so that you saw using various concepts we were able to solve those questions, very simple concepts from 10th standard. And yesterday's class, okay, we entered into the 11th syllabus, that is we studied about what is that compound angles formula. And compound angles formula very simple, simply put together I can say plus or minus of what, two angles or two or more angles, that is sin of a plus b, sin of a minus b, cos of a plus b, cos of a minus b, similarly for tan and cot. So, based on this we solved some questions, and I also told you certain questions of JEE mains how it can be solved using those compound angles formula, and we also solved one of the questions from EAP set exam, correct na? So, let us start with that topic itself. Okay, let us solve some more questions, and how we can solve some more questions of what JEE mains also, and also EAP set also we will be learning now, and also today we will be learning some very important concepts, okay, when it comes to trigonometry, that is factorization formula and defactorization formula. Okay, so tomorrow we will be starting with very new topic, that is we will be starting with sets and intervals, and afterwards we will be navigating to the topic of what functions, domains and range, and also various types of functions. All these things we will be discussing, friends. So, today we will start off with what, that is compound angles formula itself. Compound angles formula, we have already done the topic, or the concept is done. We have already solved some POIQs. Now, let us proceed with that and solve some more very important questions that are there, so that you will be able to apply the concepts or apply the knowledge. See, 10th standard you already know, lot of knowledge you have gained, but you should know when it comes to your competitive exams in 11th and 12th, that is JEE, NEET, MSET or EAP set, whatever it is, or any state entrance or national entrances like ISER aptitude test, which we provide in our institute, okay, classes for that. Okay, be it for whatever of these entrance exams, what happens, the application of knowledge is important, not just knowledge, the application of knowledge, applicability of knowledge is what is going to determine your what is it, how successful you will be in your career, the application of the knowledge. So, see here, let us start with the discussion now straight away. So, see here, what is it they have given, cos 12 degree minus sin 12 degree by cos 12 degree plus sin 12 degree plus sin of 147 degree plus sin of 147 degree by cos of 147 degree. So, what is the value of this they have given, okay, what is the value of this, they are asking the question. Now, see here, cos 12 sin 12, we do not know the value of this. I told you trigonometric ratios of at particular angles we know, that is 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree, and we also know for 180 degree and 360 degree, and in the yesterday's class we learned for even for 15 degree and also 75 degree, all these things they are complementary, but for 12 degree we do not know. So, here what we have to do, so whenever you get, see, observe this, whenever you get the question of the form cos theta minus sin theta, okay, plus or minus cos theta again plus or minus sin theta, if you get it, what you have to do is you have to divide numerator and denominator by what, cos theta, by cos theta. By this the question will transform into what, tan theta. If you divide numerator and denominator by sin theta, the question will transform into what, it will transform into what, it will transform into, it will transform into cot theta. Okay, so which you should divide, it is depending on the question, you have to divide either by cos theta or tan theta. Most of the cases you will be dividing by cos theta and get it to tan theta. Once you get to tan, it is easy to convert to cot, because tan and cot are reciprocals of each other. Now, here if I divide numerator and denominator by cos theta, here theta is what, 12 degree. So, if I divide this by what, cos 12 degree, and this if I divide by cos 12 degree, what I will have, friends? So, this will become what, cos 12 minus sin 12 divided by, this will be cos 12 minus cos 12 divided by what is this, cos 12 degree by cos 12 degree plus what is this, I am just taking this value, okay, plus sin 12 degree by cos 12 degree. So, this will transform into what, this will cancel, this and this will cancel, I will have what, 1 minus, what is the sin by cos is what? Tan. 1 minus tan 12 degree by 1 plus tan 12 degree, okay, by 1 plus tan 12 degree. So, for this we have a very important result, okay, very important result we have, okay, I will tell you now, but you can remember the result like this. So, if it is having like 1 minus tan theta by 1 plus tan theta, this can be written as what? This can be written as tan of pi by 4 plus theta, and similarly the other way around, 1 plus tan theta by 1 minus tan theta can be written as what? Tan pi by 4 minus theta, tan pi by 4 minus theta, you can do it, okay, tan pi by 4 minus theta. So, why it is coming like this? See here, we know that if I apply tan pi by 4 plus theta, I will write it as what? Tan pi by 4 minus tan theta, that is tan of a plus b, tan a minus tan of a plus b is what? Here it should become what? Tan a minus tan b. So, here it should be other way around. So, this will become what? Tan pi by 4 minus theta. So, this will be tan pi by 4 minus theta, this will be what? Tan pi by 4 plus theta, make a change. So, tan pi by 4 minus theta, that is tan a minus tan b is what? Tan of a minus b is what? Tan a minus tan b by 1 plus tan a tan b. Tan of a plus b is what? Tan a plus tan b by 1 minus tan a tan b. So, here tan a is what? That is nothing but tan pi by 4. Tan pi by 4 value is what? 1. So, same thing happens here. So, this will become what? If I write it, so this is what? If I write 1 here, okay, if I write 1 here, this will become what? Tan pi by 4 minus tan 12 degree by, what is it? 1 plus tan pi by 4 into tan 12 degree. I am just illustrating you how it is coming, but you do not have to write this step. Directly you should be able to write this as what? Tan pi by 4 minus 12 degree, pi by 4 means 45, 45 degree minus 12 degree. What I will have? Tan 45 minus 12 degree is what, friends? That is tan 33 degree. I got what? Tan 33 degree. Now, this value I got it here. What is that? Tan 33 degree I got it. But I have something here, that is what? Sin by cos. Sin by cos is what? Tan. What is the angle here? Tan 147 degree. Tan 147 degree. I will write tan 147 as it is. Now, look at this. Okay, tan 147 is close to 180 degree. 147 degree is close to 180 degree. So, I can write it as what? Tan 180 minus theta. But look at the original angle. I told you, that is pi by 2 into odd multiple. Sin will change to cos, cos will change to sin, and vice versa. Same for tan and cot, and same for, that is tan will change to cot, cot will change to tan, and secant will change to cosecant, cosecant will change to secant. Pi by 2 into even multiple, the trigonometric ratios remain the same, that is sin will be sin, cos will be cos, tan will be tan, cot will be cot, and similar for other two ratios also. Now, see here 147 degree, it is in second quadrant. 147, excuse me, 147 degree means second quadrant. In second quadrant only sin and cosecant are positive, that means what? Tan will be negative. Okay, so here let me write in the next step. So, this will become what? I can write it as tan 33 degree, okay, plus tan 147 degree, I can write it as what? Tan 180 minus 33 degree. So, like I told you, tan 33 degree, this is what? Tan 180 minus theta is what? Minus tan theta. Why? Because in the second quadrant tan is negative. So, tan 33 minus tan 33, it will cancel, I will get the value as 0. I will get the value as 0. Clear, friends? I will get the value as 0. So, see here option D is the right answer, friends. Option D is the right answer. Here I illustrated that cos minus sin by cos plus sin, if you get like this, divide by cos. So, we will get it in the form of either 1 minus tan by 1 plus tan or 1 plus tan by 1 minus tan. So, for that I have written the results here. If it is 1 minus tan by 1 plus tan, tan pi by 4 minus theta, 1 plus tan by 1 minus tan, tan pi by 4 plus theta. Why I have illustrated here? Why it is like this? I have illustrated here. So, here this is of which form? Tan of a minus b formula, this of tan of a plus b formula, that is all. Clear? So, these are the important things, you have to keep it in your mind. Clear, friends? Let us go to the next question. Look at this question, friends. I think there is some mistake in the option. Anyways, the value of cos 225 degree plus sin 195 degree they are asking. The value of cos 225 degree plus sin 195 degree. So, see here, first of all, see here, look at the original angle 225 degree, 195 degree. 225 degree is in which quadrant, friends? See, 225, it is lying between what? 180 and 270. And what about 195 degree? 195 degree, it is lying between 180 and 270. That means this is third quadrant, this is also third quadrant. In third quadrant, what is positive? As per ASTC rule, only tan is positive in third quadrant, that means cos will be negative, original angle, okay, and sin will also be negative. So this cos I can write it as what? Cos 180 plus 45 degree, 225 can be written as what? Cos 180 plus 45 degree, plus sin 185 degree can be written as what? Sin 180 plus 15 degree, I can write it 180 plus 15 degree. So cos 180 plus 45 degree. 180 is what? Odd multiple of pi by 2 or even multiple? 180 means it is pi, that is 180 means it is pi. So that means what? Pi by 2 into 2, if you do it, that will become what? 2 cancel, I will get pi. So that means what? Pi by 2, that is pi is what? Pi is even multiple of pi by 2. Pi is even multiple of pi by 2, that is 180 is even multiple of pi by 2. So cos will remain cos. So I will write what here? Cos 45 degree. Now sin will remain sin. 180 is even multiple of pi by 2, sin, I will write it as what? Sin 15 degree. Okay, sin 15 degree, I got it. Now observe here carefully. Okay, observe here carefully. Cos 45, sin 15 degree. As per the original angle, this should be negative and this should also be negative, because they are lying in the third quadrant. Third quadrant, both cos and sin are negative, only cot and tan are positive. Cos 45, what is the value? 1 by root 2. What about sin 15 degree? Sin 15 degree, what is the value? Root 3 minus 1 by 2 root 2. Root 3 minus 1 by 2 root 2. Now if you take the LCM, what will happen? If you take the LCM, what will happen? Root 3 minus 1 by 2 root 2, correct na? Root 3 minus 1 by 2 root 2 we are having. So if you take the LCM, what will happen? Observe here carefully. If you take the LCM, what will be happening here? Okay, so just take the LCM here, what will happen? So this will become minus 2 minus root 3 plus 1 by 2 root 2. If you take the LCM, so this will become what? Minus root 3, minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1 by 2 root 2. Okay, so like I told you, there is a mistake in the option. So this should become what? Minus root 3 minus 1, it should be 2 root 2. So second option is the right answer, friends. Clear? This is how we should be able to solve this question. This is how you should be able to solve this question. Got it? This is the way to solve this question. Now proceeding further. See, JEE Main 2012 question. This is based on what? Just based on how to find the angle, various angles in different quadrants. You don't have to by heart any formula here. Similarly, if you look at this question, see here JEE Main 2023 question, what they have asked, if tan 15 degree plus 1 by tan 75 degree plus 1 by tan 105 degree plus tan 195 degree is 2 times A, then the value of A plus 1 by A is what? So first of all, let us write it in the form of tan. This is what I can bring it up, means this will become cot, because tan and cot are reciprocal. If I bring it up, means this will become cot. Okay, so I can write this as what? This given question will be transformed into what? Tan 15 degree plus cot 75 degree plus cot 105 degree plus tan 195 degree. This is given as what? Equal to 2 times A. 2 times A. Now see here, let me write everything in terms of tan, or let me write everything in terms of cot. So cot 75 can be written as what? Cot 75. See here, cot 90 plus theta I can write it, that is cot 90 minus 15 I can write it. Cot 90 minus 15 is what? Tan. Cot 90 minus theta is tan theta. That is what I am writing, complementary angles. So tan 15 degree, first quadrant all are positive, so this will be tan 15 degree. This is what I am having. So what I am having here? Cot 105 degree. Cot 105 degree. Cot 105 degree can be written as what? Cot 90 plus 15 degree. So please pay attention. 105 degrees in which quadrant? 105 degrees in second quadrant. Second quadrant, only sine and cosecant are positive and tan is negative. So cot 90 plus 15 degree is nothing but what? 90 is what? Odd multiple of pi by 2, right? Odd multiple of pi by 2 means it will become what? Cot will change to tan. So this will become what? This will become minus tan 15 degree. Okay, let me repeat again. 105 degree is in second quadrant. Second quadrant, tan is negative. And see here 90. 90 means what? Odd multiple of pi by 2, that is 90 is pi by 2 itself, odd multiple of pi by 2. So cot will change to tan. So see, this will become what? Cot 90 plus 15 will become tan 15 degree, but since it is in second quadrant, it will become minus. Next, tan 195 degree I can write it as what? Tan 180 plus 15 degree. This is equal to 2a. Now see here, this tan 15, this tan 15, this is plus minus will cancel. I am having what? Tan 15 degree plus this is what? See, observe carefully. Tan 195 degree. 195 degree is in which quadrant? That is 180 to 278. 195 is between 180 and 270, correct na, 270. So that means what, third quadrant tan is positive, 180 is what, even multiple of pi by 2. So tan will remain tan. So this will become what, tan 15 degree, that is equal to 2 times A. So tan 15 degree plus tan 15 degree is what, 2 times A. So 2 tan 15 degree will be equal to what, 2A, 2 times A. So 2 I can cancel. So tan 15 degree I got it as what, or A is equal to what, tan 15 degree. A is equal to tan 15 degree. So tan 15 degree, what is the value? That is 2 minus root 3. 2 minus root 3. But what they are asking us, the question they are asking is the value of A plus 1 by A. So A plus 1 by A, that is nothing but what, friends? That is tan 15 degree plus 1 by tan 15 degree. Okay, 1 by tan 15 degree. That will give us what, tan 15 degree plus 1 by tan is cot 15 degree. So tan 15 degree is what? Tan 15 degree is 2 minus root 3. 1 by tan, that means you have to take the, you have to just rationalize. 1 by tan 15 degree means 2 minus root 3. If you take it up, it will become 2 plus root 3. Or if you directly know the value, which you must know, cot 15 degree value will become equal to what? 2 plus root 3. Now what happens here? Minus plus will cancel, minus root 3 plus root 3 will cancel. We will have the value as what? 4. So the right answer to this question is 4, which is in option A. This is in option A. Clear, friends? These are very simple. You can solve this question. Just you should know the values of, just you should know the concept of how to find an angle, how to find the values of any given angle, which quadrant you have to see, whether it is even multiple, odd multiple, all these things you must be knowing. And very importantly, you should know the values of certain angles, like how you know from 0 to 90, 180, all these things. Like yesterday's class, I told you to know the values of what, 15 degree. How 15 degree you should remember, I told you. Sin 15 degree, root 3 minus 1 by 2 root 2. Cos 15 degree, root 3 plus 1 by 2 root 2. Tan 15 degree, 2 minus root 3. Cot 15 degree, 2 plus root 3. All these things. Clear? Now, let us proceed further. On proceeding further, already I have told you about double angle formula. Tan 22.5 not required. So see here. Look at this question. Look at this question. They have given if sin x plus cos x. Why we are doing more questions apart from the concept? Because you should know the applicability of the concept. So whatever the concepts we are doing now, it is very relevant, highly relevant for the upcoming competitive exams which you are about to face when you complete your intermediate or during your intermediate. Okay. So here sin x plus cos x is what? 1 by 5. Then they are asking us tan x. So first thing is you should know the concept, then you should know the approach to the question. That means how to start a question. Okay. By looking at the question, you should know how to start a question. That is one thing you must learn. That will come with conceptual clarity and also a lot of observation. And then you have to practice. Without this, just simply randomly practicing won't help you. Anyways, let us have a look at this question. Sin x plus cos x is given as what? 1 by 5. Then they are asking us tan 2x. Then they are asking us what? Tan 2x. Okay. Then they are asking us tan 2x. Now see here, in the yesterday's class, before going to this question, in the yesterday's class, I spoke about double angle formulas. Correct, right? So see here, sin 2 theta, I wrote it as what? 2 sin theta cos theta. Okay. And cos 2 theta, I wrote it as what? Cos square theta minus sin square theta. And another form is 2 cos square theta minus 1 minus 2 sin square theta. And what about tan 2 theta? I told you that this will be equal to, what is it? 2 tan theta by 1 minus tan square theta, by 1 minus tan square theta. So similarly, sin 2 theta and tan 2 theta can be written in terms of tan. How can you write sin 2 theta in terms of tan? I'll tell you. How to write cos 2 theta in terms of tan? I'll tell you. So see here. So sin 2 theta in terms of tan theta can be written as what? It can be written as 2 tan theta by 1 plus tan square theta. Should you remember this? Definitely yes. Okay, it will be helpful even in integration and even in differentiation, highly useful this result. That is what? Sin 2 theta, it can be written not just in sin and cos, it can also be written in terms of tan, that is 2 tan theta by 1 plus tan square theta. Now what about cos 2 theta? Cos 2 theta can also be written in terms of tan. How? See here, if I divide here, there is 1. So that means what? 1 means I can write it as what? Identity, first identity, that is sin square theta plus cos square theta. That will give us what? Cos square theta minus sin square theta divided by, I can write it as what? Cos square theta plus sin square theta. So like in the previous question, one of the question we solved, that is cos 12 degree minus sin 12 degree, I told you divide by cos. Here divide by cos square, this will give us what? If I divide by cos square, this will give us what? It will give us, this will give us 1 minus tan square theta by 1 plus tan square theta. So this is the result you have to remember. So cos 2 theta can be written as 1 minus tan square theta by 1 plus tan square theta. Sin 2 theta can be written as 2 tan theta by 1 plus tan square theta. But what about cos tan 2 theta can be written as 2 tan theta by 1 minus tan square theta. Here it is very important to keep this in mind that if you write sin 2 theta, this can be written as what? 2 tan theta by 1 plus tan square theta. But when it comes to cos 2 theta and tan 2 theta, in terms of tan theta can be written as what? 1 minus tan square by 1 plus tan square. Okay. So this will become what? 1 minus tan square. This will become what? 2 tan theta by 1 minus tan square. Here it is 1 minus tan square. Okay, this will become what? 1 minus tan square theta. Now let us come back to this question now. Sin x plus cos x. So let us take this sin x plus cos x is equal to what? 1 by 5. So for such questions, easiest thing that you can do is square on both sides. Square on both sides. If I square on both sides, what I'll have? Sin square x plus cos square x plus 2 sin x cos x is equal to what? 1 by 25. Sin square x plus cos square x is what? 1. So 1 plus 2 sin x cos x is what? That is 2 sin theta cos theta is what? Sin 2 theta. So this I can write it as what? Sin 2x is equal to 1 by 25. Sin 2x is equal to 1 by 25. So what I can do this? Sin 2x will become what? 1 by 25 minus 1. 1 by 25 minus 1. So I am taking LCM, 25 will be the LCM. This will give us 1 minus 25 by 25. So this will become what? Sin 2x will be equal to what is it? Minus 24 by 25. Minus 24 by 25. Sin 2x I got the value as what? Minus 24 by 25. So they are asking tan 2x. Tan 2x is what? Sin 2x by cos 2x. That means definitely I need the value of what? Cos 2x. So cos 2x I can have, how can I find out? So just draw a triangle and use it. So see here, this is 2x. Sin 2x is given as what? 24 by 25. Minus is there, ignore the sign as of now because the distance cannot be negative here. So see here, by if you know the Pythagorean triplets, 25 square minus 24 square, that is 625 minus 576 gives us the value of 49. Square root of 49 is what? 7. So we will get the value of 7 here. So what will be cos 2x? So cos 2x will be equal to what? This is adjacent side by hypotenuse, that will be 7 by 25. That will be 7 by 25. Now they are asking tan 2x. So tan 2x, if you look at the options, everywhere it is positive. So if numerator is negative and denominator should also be negative, so that the equivalent result will be positive. So this I will put the negative sign. Why? Because options are positive. Minus by minus will give us positive. So tan 2x can be written as what? Equal to sin 2x by cos 2x. So that is nothing but equal to what? Minus 24 by 25 divided by minus 7 by 25. 25 cancels, minus will become plus. So 24 by 7. So what is the value got? 24 by 7. So tan 2x is what? 24 by 7, which is the option, that is option D. That is option D, friends. This is the way you can solve this question. This is the way you got to solve this question. I hope it is clear to all of you. Please do share with your friends as well, because this will be highly useful for anyone who has completed 10 or is even studying in 10 or 9 students passing on to 10. Okay, because these concepts are highly useful. Okay. Next one. Look at this. If tan theta is equal to t, then tan 2 theta plus secant 2 theta is equal to what? If tan theta is equal to t, then tan 2 theta plus secant 2 theta is equal to what? So see here, if tan theta is equal to t, that means what? That means they are telling convert tan 2 theta in terms of tan itself, secant 2 theta in terms of what? Tan itself. Secant 2 theta means what? It is nothing but 1 by cos 2 theta, right? 1 by cos 2 theta. Cos 2 theta, what is the value? What is the value of this cos 2 theta in terms of tan? 1 minus tan square theta by 1 plus tan square theta. Correct now? 1 plus tan square theta. So what I can do here? Tan 2 theta can be written as what? 2 tan theta by 1 plus tan square theta plus secant 2 theta. Secant 2 theta is 1 by cos 2 theta. Cos 2 theta is what? 1 minus tan square theta by 1 plus tan square theta. So its reciprocal will become what? Its reciprocal, that is secant 2 theta is the reciprocal of cos square theta, correct na? So 1 plus tan square theta by 1 minus tan square theta. So denominator is same, correct na? Denominator is, sorry, this should become okay, just a minute. So this will become what? Cos theta is, this will become 1 plus tan square theta. See, here we have done a mistake, just wait. Cos theta is 1 minus, this should be 1 minus tan square theta, this should be 1 minus tan square theta. 2 tan theta is by 1 minus tan square theta. So this will become what? 1 plus tan square theta by 1 minus tan square theta. Okay, 2 tan theta, tan theta is what? 2 tan theta by 1 minus tan square theta. So secant 2 theta, that is cos theta is what? 1 minus tan square theta by 1 plus tan square theta. So the reciprocal of this will become what? 1 plus tan square theta by 1 minus tan square theta. So denominator is same, numerators I can equate it, or I can add it, 1 plus tan square theta plus 2 tan theta by what is this? 1 minus tan square theta. So this if I write it in terms of t, because they have told tan theta is equal to t, so 1 plus t square plus 2t by what is this? 1 minus t square. So this is of the form a square plus b square plus 2ab, that is nothing but what? A plus b whole square, that is 1 plus t whole square. So this is of the form a minus b whole, a square minus b square, a square minus b square is what? A minus b into a plus b. So this I can write it as what? 1 minus t into 1 plus t. So what I can do here, this and this I can cancel, I will have what? 1 plus t will be there, because this is square. 1 plus t by 1 minus t will be the answer. 1 plus t by 1 minus t will be the answer, which is nothing but option A. Which is nothing but option A, friends. Okay, 1 plus t by 1 minus t, this will be the answer, which is nothing but option A. Clear? This, so we will be able to solve this question. 1 plus t by 1 minus t, this is the way you got to solve this question, friends. Clear? This is the way you got to solve this question. 1 minus t by 1 plus t by 1 minus t. Okay, 1 plus t by 1 minus t. So now, now let us go to what is it? Okay, look at this very important question. See here, they have given the value of 2 sin pi by 8, sin 2 pi by 8, sin 3 pi by 8, sin 5 pi by 8, sin 6 pi by 8, sin 7 pi by 8. So when they give questions like this, you should look for pairing. Okay, sin pi by 8 is given and sin 7 pi by 8 is given. JEE means 2021. Okay, sin 7 pi by 8. See here, sin 7 pi by 8 can be written as what? Sin 7 pi by 8 can be written as, see, this can be written as sin pi minus pi by 8. So LCM will be what? LCM will be 8 itself. If you take 1 8 is 8, 8 into pi is 8 pi minus pi. So that will give us what? 7 pi by 8 itself. Okay, I am talking about inside angle. So sin 7 pi by 8 can be written as what? Sin pi minus pi by 8. Okay, sin pi minus pi by 8, that is in this sin pi minus something means that is in second quadrant. Second quadrant sin is positive. Sin 180 minus theta, that is 180 is what? Even multiple of pi by 2. So sin will remain sin. So this I can write as what? Sin pi by 8. So see here, I will get what here? So here I will be having 2 sin pi by 8. Okay, this is what? See, let me write it here. So here this will become what? This will become sin pi by 8 itself. So this will become sin pi by 8 itself. I am already having sin pi by 8 here. Sin pi by 8 is there here actually. So 2 sin pi by 8. Similarly, 2 sin 2 pi by 8. Okay, sin 2 pi by 8 is there. Here what is there? Sin 6 pi by 8. Sin 6 pi by 8 can be written as what? Sin pi minus what is it? 2 pi by 8 I can write it. Sin 180 minus theta is what? Sin theta, that is sin 2 pi by 8 I can write it. Okay, so what will this value become? This will become sin 2 pi by 8. This value will become sin 2 pi by 8. Okay, similarly sin 5 pi by 8 can be written as what? Sin pi minus what is it? 3 pi by 8. Okay, sin 180 minus theta, sin 180 minus theta is what? Sin theta. So theta is what here? Sin pi by 8, that is sin 3 pi by 8. Here I am having sin 2 pi by 8. Here I am having sin 3 pi by 8. Okay. Now if you look at all this, what will happen? Okay, you can just what? You can just multiply. See here, sin pi by 8, sin pi by 8. That means that is nothing but what? Sin square pi by 8. Sin square pi by 8. 2 is there outside. What about this one? Sin 2 pi by 8, sin 2 pi by 8. That is sin square 2 pi by 8. Okay, sin square 2 pi by 8. Sin 3 pi by 8, sin 3 pi by 8. That is nothing but what? sin square 3 pi by 8, sin square 3 pi by 8. Now look at this, 2 pi by 8, I can write it as what? 2 1s are 2 4s are. So sin square pi by 4. So sin square pi by 4, that is nothing but what? Sin pi by 4 is 1 by root 2. Sin pi by 4 is 1 by root 2, that is sin square is there. So 1 by root 2 whole square is what? That will give me 1 by 2. This will be 1 by 2. Okay, here I can write it here, let me write it here, sin square pi by 8 into what is this? Sin square 3 pi by 8, sin square 3 pi by 8. Here what is there? 2 is there. This 2 I am bringing it here. Okay, 2 cancels. I will be left with what? Sin square pi by 8, sin square 3 pi by 8. Okay, I will write this as what? Both are square. I can write it as what? Sin pi by 8 into sin 3 pi by 8 whole square. Sin 3 pi by 8 whole square. Now, if I am having sin A cos A, if I am having sin A cos A, I can divide and multiply by 2. See, suppose if I am having sin theta cos theta, what I can do? I can divide and multiply by 2. So, this will become what? Sin 2 theta by 2. Okay, if it is both the thetas are same, here theta, here also theta, but here I am having sin theta, but here I am having again sin theta, but there is no cos. Okay, but there is no cos. So, this sin I have to change to cos, either this one or this one. This how to change? Okay, this sin I have to convert to cos, so that I get sin 2 theta. Sin if I have to change to cos, the first thing that should strike your mind is the complementary angles. So, this you can write it as what? Sin pi by 2 minus theta. Pi by 2 minus theta here is what? Pi by 8. So, I can write sin 3 pi by 8, I can write it as what, friends? Sin pi by 2 minus what is it? Pi by 8. So, if I take the LCM, 8 will be the LCM. So, this will give me what? 4 pi minus pi, that is sin 3 pi by 8. So, this will give us what? Sin 90 minus theta is what? 90 is what? Odd multiple of pi by 2. Odd multiple of pi by 2 means sin will change to cos. So, this will become what? Cos pi by 8. This will become cos pi by 8. Okay. So, this I can write it as what? This I can write it as sin pi by 8 into cos pi by 8 is there. Okay. So, I should divide and multiply by 2, but square is there. So, this will become what? 2 will be here. Here I will divide by 2. Whole square is there. Whole square is there. Okay. Whole square is there. Now, observe carefully. This will become what? Sin pi by 8, 2 sin pi by 8, cos pi by 8. So, that is nothing but what? 2 sin A cos A is what? Sin 2A. So, this will become what? Sin 2 pi by 8 by 2 whole square. So, sin 2 pi by 8, 2 1s are 2 4s are. So, this will become what? Sin pi by 4 by 2 whole square. So, what is this? Sin pi by 4 is what? 1 by root 2. 1 by root 2 whole square is what? 1 by 2. This will be 1 by 2. Okay. 1 by 2. This denominator is 2 is there. 2 square is what? 4. Okay. So, this will be what? 1 by 2 into 4, that is 1 by 8. So, the answer is what? 1 by 8. Okay, which is option B. Which is option B is the right answer, friends. Option B is the right answer. This is the way you can solve this question. This is the way you can solve this question, friends. Now, let us go to what is it? That is see, some important results are there. Sin A, sin 60 minus A, sin 60 plus A. So, if you see a trigonometric equation given like this or a question given like this, sin A, sin 60 minus A, sin 60 plus A, you can write it as what? 1 by 4 sin 3A. You can write it as what? 1 by 4 sin 3A. Similarly, if you see cos A, cos 60 minus A, cos 60 plus A. Okay, cos A, cos 60 minus A, cos 60 plus A, you can write it as what? 1 by 4 cos 3A. Similarly, if you can see any question, tan A, tan 60 minus A, tan 60 plus A, you will write only tan 3A. Why? Because see, sin by cos, sin is what? 1 by 4 sin 3A, cos is what? 1 by 4 cos 3A, 1 by 4 cancels, you will have what? Sin 3A by cos 3A, that is nothing but what? Tan 3A. Okay, that is nothing but tan 3A. Clear? See, based on this they have given a question. What they have given? 16 sin 20, sin 40, sin 80. So, see here, this is of the form, see here, sin theta, sin 60 minus theta, this is sin 60 plus theta. But first thing you have to identify what is theta. Theta is the smallest value here, smallest angle here. Theta here is 20 degree. So, this will become what? 16 sin 20 is there. So, this I can write as what? 16, keep it outside. So, 16 into what is it? 1 by 4 sin 3A. 1 by 4 sin 3A is what? Sin 3 into 20, that is sin 60 degree. So, So 16 into 1 by 4 sin 60 degree is what? Root 3 by 2. Okay, root 3 by 2. This is what? 4 ones are 4. What is it? 4 ones are 4 fours are 2 ones are 2 twos are. The answer will be 2 root 3. 2 root 3, which is a very simple question, option B. If you know these results, it's very simple. If you know these results, it's very simple. Similar to this, there is one more question here. You can copy this. Okay, you can copy this. So see here, in this question, what is happening is sin 27 is there, sin 87 is there, but cos is there. The formula is for sin or it is for cos or for tan, but not for the mixed question. That is sin and cos is there, cos and tan is there. No, only here sin should come, or cos should come, but here cos is there. What I can do, I told you, whenever you want to convert sin to cos to sin, that time you use what? Complementary angles. So if I use complementary angles, this I can write it as what? Cos 90 minus, I can write it as what? 33 degree. So this will become what? Sin 33 degree. Sin 33 degree. So this will become what? Sin 27 degree, sin 33 degree, sin 87 degree, right? So sin theta, sin 60 minus theta, sin 60 plus theta, sin 60 plus theta, that is nothing but what? 1 by 4 sin 3 theta. So here it will be what? 1 by 4 sin 3 theta, that is 1 by 4 sin 3 into 27. Sin 3 into 27 is what? So that is sin 81 degree. So sin 81 degree, it is not in the options. That means what? Sin 81 degree, for this I have to take complementary angle, that is nothing but what? Sin 81 degree can be written as what? Sin 90 minus 9 degree. So 90 minus theta is what? 90 is even multiple, sorry, odd multiple. Odd multiple means sin will become cos. So cos 9 degree. So the answer will be cos 9 degree. Okay, so the answer would be what? Cos 9 degree by 4. Okay, cos 9 degree by 4, which is the option? That is option B. That is option B, friends. That is option B is the right answer to this question. Option B is the right answer to this question. Next, see here. You have to know something called factorization formula and defactorization formula. That is, it is also called CND formula. Okay, transformation formula. Okay, transformation formula, under that comes factorization formula, CND formula, and also defactorization. That is the reverse of this. So sin C plus sin D. So sin C plus sin D, the formula is what? Sin C plus sin D. I told you sin will like to combine with cos. Okay, 2 sin, see 2 sin and cos will come. Okay, if it is plus means sin will come first, that is C plus D by 2. So 2 sin C plus D by 2 cos C minus D by 2. If it is minus means what will happen? Same formula, but what happens? Sin and cos will only come, but for cos it will become plus. 2 cos C plus D by 2 sin C minus D by 2. So see here, if it is plus, sin of C plus D by 2. If it is minus, cos of C plus D by 2 and sin of C minus D by 2. Cos C plus cos D, I told you, cos will not like to combine with sin. So cos plus means what? It will take cos itself, positivity. So if it is plus means cos will take cos itself, 2 cos C plus D by 2 cos C minus D by 2. If you are having cos C minus cos D, cos C minus cos D, minus means it will bring sin. So this will become what? 2 sin C plus D by 2 sin C minus D by 2 along with the negative sign. Okay, cos C minus cos D is what? Minus 2 sin C plus D by 2 sin C minus D by 2. These are what? Factorization formula. From here already I told you arrives the defactorization formula, that is what? 2 sin A cos A, 2 sin A cos B. So that is nothing but what? We already learned what? Compound angles formula, that if you add sin of A plus B, I told you 2 sin A cos A, 2 sin A cos B, 2 plus cos A, that is what? Sin of A plus B is what? Cos sin A cos B plus cos A sin B, and sin of A minus B is what? Sin A cos B minus cos A sin B. That if you add, what will happen? Plus and minus will cancel, we will get what? 2 sin A cos B, we will get it. So that is the same thing we are getting here. 2 sin A cos B is nothing but equal to sin of A plus B plus sin of A minus B. 2 cos A sin B. Here A means what? Here if A and B are two angles, okay, if A is greater than B, here sin A will come. If it is A plus B, minus means cos A will come. So 2 cos A sin B is equal to sin of A plus B minus sin of A minus B. 2 cos A cos B. 2 cos A cos B means what? 2 cos A cos B. Cos will come together when there is relation between cos only. So 2 cos A cos B means what? Cos of A plus B plus cos of A minus B. 2 cos A cos B means what? Cos of A plus B plus cos of A minus B. Sin A sin B. Okay, together it will come when there is cos only. So minus 2 sin A sin B is nothing but equal to what? Cos of A plus B minus cos of A minus B. Okay. Otherwise, if you send this minus that side, it will become what? This formula will become cos of a minus b, okay, cos of a minus b minus cos of a plus b, minus cos of a plus b. So, factorization defactorization formula you have to remember, very important. Factorization defactorization formula you got to remember, because from here questions are coming, from here questions are coming. So, see here, let us take an example here. If sin b is equal to 1 by 5, okay, into sin of 2a plus b, then they are asking tan of a plus b by tan a. So, this I can write it as what? I can write it as sin of, let me take it like this, let me bring this sin here and let me send this 5 that side. So, this will become what? Sin of 2a plus b by sin b will be equal to what? Is equal to 5. Now, I will apply componendo and dividendo. I will apply componendo and dividendo. Componendo and dividendo in 10th you would have studied, otherwise I will explain now. So, suppose we are having the ratio p by q is equal to 1 by 2. Componendo and dividendo means p plus q by p minus q. That is, add the denominator to the numerator and subtract the denominator from the numerator, that is p plus q by p minus q. So, first you what you will do, both of this you will add, and then you denominator you will do what? Subtract q from p, that is for the numerator you will add the denominator, and in the denominator what you will do, for the numerator you will subtract the denominator, that is p plus q by p minus q. Here also you should do the same thing, 1 plus 2 by 1 minus 2. So, this will give us what? 3 by minus 1. So, similarly if I apply here, what will happen? So, this will become what? If I apply componendo dividendo, sin 2a plus b, sin of 2a plus b plus sin b by sin of 2a plus b minus sin b is equal to what? This will be what? 5 plus 1. 5 means nothing but what? 5 by 1. 5 plus 1 by 5 minus 1. So, this will be equal to what? I can write it directly here. I can write it here. I will write it as what? 5 plus 1 is 6 by 4. 2 3s are 2 2s are. This will be what? 3 by 2. 3 by 2. Correct now? So, this is of the form what? Sin of 2a plus b plus sin b. Sin of 2a plus b minus sin b. This is of the form. See here, observe here carefully. This is of the form sin c plus sin d, sin c minus sin d. Sin c plus sin d is what? 2 sin c plus d by 2 cos c minus d by 2. Sin c minus sin d is what? 2 cos c plus d by 2 sin c minus d by 2. So, let us apply that formula here. Okay, if you by applying that result here, sin c plus sin d is what? 2 sin c plus d by 2. 2 sin c plus d by 2. 2a plus b divided by 2 into cos c minus d by 2. Cos c minus d by 2. 2a plus b minus b divided by 2 divided by what is this? Sin c minus sin d. 2 cos, this will become what? Plus, for plus cos will come. 2 cos c plus d by 2. 2a plus b, okay, plus b divided by 2 into 2 cos c plus d by 2 sin c minus d by 2. 2a plus b minus b by 2. Okay, this is equal to what? 3 by 2. Now, observe carefully, 2a plus 2b divided by 2, that is nothing but what? Sin of a plus b. So, I will get what here? See, 2a plus b is what? 2b. 2a plus 2b divided by 2 is what? Sin of a plus b. 2 sin a plus b, okay, 2 sin a plus b is into what is this? 2a plus b minus b. Plus b minus b cancel, I will have what? 2a by 2, that is nothing but what? A cos a divided by, see here, 2a plus 2b divided by 2, that is nothing but what? That is nothing but a plus b. 2 cancel, we will get what? 2 times cos a plus b. Similarly, if you observe here, 2a plus b minus b cancels, I will have what? 2a by 2, 2 cancels, I will have what? Sin a. I will have what? Sin a. Sin a, this is equal to what? 3 by 2. Now, observe carefully, this 2 also get cancels. They are asking what? Tan of a plus b by tan a. Correct now? They are asking tan of a plus b by tan a. Now, if you observe this carefully, sin of a plus b by cos of a plus b, this is nothing but what? Tan of a plus b. Tan of a plus b. Similarly, cos of a plus b by sin of a plus b, this is nothing but what? Cot of a plus b. This is nothing but what? Cot of, not cot of a plus b, this is cot a. Cos a by sin a, this is cot a. So, what I can do here? This one, I can write it as what? Tan of a plus b. This cot a, if I bring it down, this will become tan a. Okay, tan of a plus b by tan a, this is nothing but what? This is equal to 3 by 2. We got the answer. So, the answer is what? 3 by 2, which is option C. Which is option C. fairly simple, okay, fairly simple question. Got it? This is the way you got to solve this question. This is the way you got to solve this question, friends. Clear? Got it? Okay. Now let us see, based on this concept, let us see some previous year questions they have asked in AP set exam and also in JEE mains exam. Okay. Let us have a look at those questions like we always do, like how we connect the concepts between the previous year questions. Okay. Before coming to this question, let us have a look at this question. They have given tan 9 degree minus tan 27 degree minus tan 63 degree plus tan 81 degree. Here it is all about what? Complementary angles. Okay, the interplay of complementary angles. Tan 27 degree is there, tan 63 is there, tan 81 degree is there. Tan 81 degree, if I apply complementary angles, this I can write as what? Tan 90 minus 9. This will become what? Tan 90 minus theta is cot theta. So this will become cot 9 degree. So tan 9 degree, what is this here? Plus cot 9 degree. Let me write it. Okay. So tan 27 is there, tan 63 is there. Tan 63 can be written as what? Tan 90 minus 27. That is nothing but what? Cot 27 degree. Cot 27 degree. Here also minus is there. Here also minus is there. Let me take minus outside. I can write this as what? Tan 27 plus cot 27 plus cot 27. So we got two pairs, tan 9 cot 9, tan 27 cot 27. So this is a question from what? AP 2024. Okay. So see here MSET questions. So see here tan 9 plus cot 9. So we are what is the concept we applied? Complementary angles. First concept we applied is what? Complementary angles. Complementary angles. Now second concept what we will do is we will convert them to sin and cos. Convert sin and cos. Apply sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. That is what we will apply here. So this will become what? Sin 9 degree by cos 9 degree plus cos 9 degree by sin 9 degree. Similarly, if I apply here, what will this become? Sin 27 degree by cos 27 degree. This will be what? Cos 27 degree by sin 27 degree. Okay, if I take the LCM, this will become what? Sin square 9 degree plus cos square 9 degree divided by sin 9 degree into cos 9 degree, correct na? Minus, if I take LCM, this will become what? Sin square 27 degree plus cos square 27 degree within the bracket this one by sin 27 degree plus, not plus, it should be into 27 degree into cos 27 degree. This is what I have. Now see here, sin square theta plus cos square theta, here theta is 9, sin square theta plus cos square theta, here theta is 27, sin square theta plus cos square theta is what? 1. So this will transform into what? 1 by sin 9 degree into cos 9 degree minus, this will become what? 1 by sin 27 degree into cos 27 degree. Now just have a keen observation here. If you look at this, this is of the form of what? 1 by sin A cos A. Here also it is what? 1 by sin A cos A. So here A is what? 9 degree. Here A is what? 9. Here is A is 27 degree. We have a very important identity that are very important result, that is double angle formula. That is what? 2 sin A cos A is what? Sin 2A. I told you RHS to LHS also you should know the formula. So I need 2 here. So I will give 2 here. If I am giving 2 here, I have to give 2 here. If I am giving 2 here, I will give 2 here. That means what? If you are multiplying by 2, divide by 2. So here this 2 I can take it common. So this will become what? 2 times 1 by 2 sin A cos A is nothing but what? Sin 2A. That is sin 2A. 2A is what? Sin 2 times what? 2 nines are 18 degree. Sin 18 degree minus 1 by what is this? Sin 2A. That is nothing but what? Sin what is it? Sin 27 degree means what? Sin 27 degree into 2 is what? Sin 54 degree. Sin 54 degree. This is what we have. So sin 18 degree is what, friends? Sin 18 degree. Sin 18 degree is what? Root 5 minus 1 by 4. Sin 54 degree. Sin 54 degree is what, friends? Root 5 plus 1 by 4. Root 5 plus 1 by 4. Just put this value. What will happen? 4 will go to the top. Correct na? 4 will go to the top. Okay. So this will become what? 2 times into what is this? 4 by root 5 minus 1 minus what is this? 4 by root 5 plus 1. 4 by root 5 plus 1. Okay. 4 by root 5 plus 1. This is what we will have, correct na? This is what we will have. Now let me take this 4 outside. If I take this 4 outside, this will become what? 4 2s are 8 into what is this? If I take LCM, this will become what? Root 5 plus 1 minus what is this? Minus root 5 minus into minus plus 1. Okay, I am taking the LCM. Root 5 minus 1, root 5 plus 1 is the LCM, means root 5 minus 1 cancels, root 5 plus 1 I will multiply here. Root 5 plus 1 cancels, root 5 minus 1 I will multiply there. So this I will get it as what? This I will get it as what? Root 5 minus 1 into root 5 plus 1 is what? A plus b into a minus b is what? A square minus b square. Root 5 square is what? 5. 5 minus 1 is what? See, let me write the steps here. Root 5 minus 1, root 5 square minus 1 square. That will be what? This will be what? Root 5 plus root 5 minus root 5 will cancel. I will have what? 8 into what is this? 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay, 1 plus 1 is 2. This will be what? Root 5 square is what? 5. 5 minus 1 is 4. Okay, I will have it as what? 5 1s are, sorry, this is what? 4 1s are, 4 2s are. So 2 2s are 4. I will have the answer as what? 4. So 4 will be the answer, which is in which option? That is in first option. See, actually you can solve this question within a minute. I have written these many steps for you to understand each and every concept. So what are the concepts that we use? Complementary angles, then convert complementary angles, that is we get it in terms of what? Sin and cos. Convert tan and cot into sin and cos and apply sin square theta plus con square theta is equal to 1. And third concept that we use is what? That is we use the concept of sin to theta, that is double angle formula. That is double angle formula. We applied the concept of double angle formula, friends. We applied the concept of double angle formula, friends. So this is how we have to solve this question. This is how we have to solve this question, friends. Clear? I hope it is clear to all of you. Can you solve one more question of this type? Okay. So let us take one more question. So look at this. Sin 20 degree into 4 plus secant 20 degree is equal to what? So 2024 Telangana they have asked this question, in MSET they have asked this question. So sin 20 degree into 4 plus secant 20 degree. So let me multiply sin with this. So this will become what? 4 times sin 20 degree plus what is this? Sin 20 degree into secant 20. Secant 20 I can write it as what? 1 by cos. So this will become what? Cos 20 degree. Correct na? Cos 20 degree. Now let me take the LCM. This LCM will give me what? So 4 times sin 20 degree into cos 20 degree plus sin 20 degree. LCM is what? Cos 20 degree. That is denominator is what? Cos 20 degree. LCM means that is cos 20 degree and 1. If I take the LCM, cos 20 degree only I will get it. That is denominator will be what? Cos 20 degree. Okay, cos 20 degree. Now 4 is there. This 4 I can write it as what? This 4 I can write it as 2 into 2. Why? See, this I can write it as what? 2 into 2. Why? This see here, this one. This 2 sin 20 degree cos 20 degree can write it as what? 2 sin theta cos theta, right? 2 sin theta cos theta is what? Sin 2 theta. So this will become what? So this will become in the next step. This will become what? This I can write it as what? So this will become I can write it as what? This will become 2 into sin 40 degree, sin 40 degree, sin 40 degree plus sin 20 degree divided by what is this? Cos 20 degree. Cos 20 degree, correct na? Divided by cos 20 degree. Now observe carefully. I am having sin 40 degree. Here sin 20 is there, cos 20 is there, sin 40 is there. Correct na? This 40 degree is there. Okay. This 40 degree, can I write it in the form of known angle? 40 degree is close to 60 degree. So 40 degree can be written as what? 60 minus 20. Why 60 minus 20? When I apply 60 minus 20, 60 degree value I know, and also 20 degree is given in other terms. That is, we have sin 20, cos 20. So I can write this as what? I can write this as, see, I am writing it here. Sin 40, I will write it as what? Sin 60 minus 40. Sin 60 degree minus 40 plus sin 20 degree divided by what? What I will have? Cos 60, not 60 minus 40. If I want cos, I mean if I want 40 degree, I want to write sin 60 minus 20 degree, I can write it. This is what? Sin 40 degree, I am writing it in this form. So this is of which form? Sin of A minus B. Sin of A minus B is what formula, friends? Sin of A minus B is sin A cos B minus cos A sin B. Correct na? Minus cos A sin B. This is what? Denominator is what? Cos 20 degree. So 2 times is there outside. Let me write it within bracket this one. So this will be what? Sin 60 cos 20 minus, what is it? Cos 60 sin 20 plus sin 20 is there divided by cos 20 is there. divided by cos 20 is there here. Okay. So, sin 60 is what? Root 3 by 2, cos 20 keep it as it is, cos 60 is what? 1 by 2, sin 20 keep it as it is. So, this will be what? 2 into what is this? Root 3 by 2 into cos 20 minus 1 by 2 into sin 20 plus sin 20 divided by what is this I am having? Cos 20, cos 20. Now, if I multiply by 2, what I will have? If I multiply this entire thing by 2, I will have 2 into root 3 by 2, I will have root 3 cos 20, 2 into minus 1 by 2, that is I will have minus 2 cancel, I will have what? Sin 20 plus sin 20 divided by what is this I am having? Cos 20. Observe carefully, minus sin 20 plus sin 20 will cancel. See, if I multiply this, I will write it here in the brackets here, 2 into root 3 by 2 minus 2 into 1 by 2, what will happen? See, 2 cancel, 2 cancel, I will have what? Root 3 minus 1, that is what I did here directly. Okay, that is what I did here directly. Observe carefully. So, see here, root 3 cos 20 degree, we are having what here? Root 3 cos 20 degree minus sin 20 plus sin 20 cancel, what I am left with? Root 3 cos 20 degree divided by what? Cos 20 degree, cos 20 degree, cos 20 degree cancel, I will have what? Root 3. So, that is the final answer. Root 3 is in which option? Plus root 3 it is, that is in first option. Okay, fairly simple question. We have applied the concept of what? We have applied the concept of sin of a minus b, that is compound angles formula. We have applied the concept of what? Compound angles formula. Clear friends? This is the way we have to solve this question. I hope it is clear to you. So, this is how we have learned various concepts of trigonometry connecting from your 10th syllabus to 11th and 12th syllabus. Clear friends? I hope it is useful. Please do like and share with your friends, and please watch the previous session those who have missed it, and please do watch the tomorrow session like this up till 22nd May, where we will be coming up with various topics that are highly useful for you, and please do follow all the subjects. Clear friends? Thank you. Let us meet in the tomorrow session. We will be coming up with a new concept. Take care.